Hello, I'm Serenity, and I'm going to show you how to make a simple AutoHotkey script for Paladin, Warden, Scald, anything else you might need in Dark Age of Camelot. So first and foremost, we're going to open our browser and we're going to type in autohotkey.com. This is the simplest way. Just go straight to the website and you hit download. And you follow the instructions and it'll lead you all the way to the installation process. You want to express install. It's simple. And once all that's done, you can get the hotkey help. We don't need this right now. And once you're done with that, just toss it away. You don't need it. Now, to get started with your AutoHotkey scripts, you're just going to have to right-click your background. Go down to New, and you should have the option to AutoHotkey script. Click it, and it should open. Well, it should, yeah, here we go. So it makes a new script for you and gives it a simple name. Right-click on it, edit script, because first and foremost, there's nothing in here. Delete all that. Now, whenever I play on my Paladin, I use the F1 through F10 keys, and I'm going to show you how to go about making a script to press all those keys at the same time to fire off all your chants or all your instant cast twisting abilities. Now, to start off, we just simply put in our command, which in my case is going to be F12. Now, that's all you gotta do. That means whenever you want to activate this script, you press F12. It's as simple as it gets. Now, when we press F12, so far the script has nothing else in it. We have to fill in what we want to happen. So in my case, I want to fire off F1, F2, F3, and F4. Pretty simple. So it's going to look something like this. Send to tell the script to press the button. Press. So we do F1. And so now the script says, when I press F12, it'll press F1. So far I get a 1-for-1 key press. Now, this is where we can add more and F2. So now F12 will automatically press F1 and F2. Now we do it again. F3. Send. F4. Now you can keep on going. You can add whatever you want. You may have to Google specific key commands and stuff like that. For instance, you cannot go in and say you are like, oh, I want to send F6. I had to Google how to specifically use the key for F1 through 10 because I originally tried this idea right here, the F6, and it was, I think it was doing Shift F6, or not Shift F6, Shift 6, which is not exactly what I wanted, but good to know for the future. So I Googled it, and it turns out you have to put them in these little brackets. Whoops, wrong bracket. You have to put them in these brackets for them to fire off. Specifically the F1 through 6 commands. But I don't want that right now. Now, our script is almost complete. What we have to do at this point is do return, comma. What it does is you press F12. What the script does is you press F12, it'll fire off F1, 2, 3, and 4, and it'll return to the top, waiting for you to press F12 again. So at that point, what we do is we hit save, and we exit out of it. And then I have to run as administrator. Some people might not have to. Personally, I have to in order for it to work. I don't know. It's weird. So you run as administrator. Yeah. Skip that. And you can also rename it if you want. I'll just do Paladin test. Boom, done. So now we have our script working. You can tell it's working down here in the bottom. Now, unfortunately, I have figured out that my antivirus hates AutoHotkey. It probably thinks it's a keylogger. So, stick around towards the end and I'll show you how to get past that. Now, we have our script running as administrator. I'm pretty sure I've clicked that 3 fucking times now, just to make sure. Alright, and from this point, we open Dark Age Camelot, and I will skip ahead so that way you don't have to worry about that. And I'm back. This time I'm in Dark Age of Camelot. That way I can show you how the script works and show you if your antivirus eats your script because it thinks it's a keylogger. Anyway, so now with our script, I have it over here. Boom. So the way this is, as I mentioned before, F12 sends these and returns it to the top, ready for you to press the button again. So we'll X out of that, and I'll give you an example. So now I have my hotbar right here. These are my hotkeys that I run, or not my hotkeys. This is my essentially my bar that I use whenever I'm playing Paladin. Now, when I press F12, ideally, number one, hold on, so that way you can see it better. Move your ass over here. Yep. Alright, so I have it corresponding with the function keys. So my heal is F1. My armor buff is F2. And my elemental shields are F3 and F4, respectively. Essentially, I just go down the list, makes it super easy to follow. So now, if I press F12, there we go. It'll cycle instantly through all 4 of the skills. You can press it again, and boom. So now, the way it is that I have my heal and my armor, they go up and instantly come back down because you can only have 2 chances at the time, which end on these 2. So essentially, you can just constantly cycle through them whenever they come up. I recommend putting your last skill on your actual bar that you use. That way, you can get an idea of when you can fire off your chance again. Because at this moment, Eden is not allowing loops. Now, you can take what I have shown you and you can incorporate that into, I think, macros. If you have a fancy keyboard, say whatever your move keys are, you can have them set to fire off instantly or something. I don't know. It is up to you, your imagination. I am just giving you the tools to show you how to set up a script to have multiple key bindings on one key. And so at this point, all I have to do is press F12 and they fire off instantly. I get to enjoy not having to click a million buttons, and I hope you found this informative and helpful. Now, if you need to figure out, say, you have your script working, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work, and you use AVG like I do, you have to go over here, and you have to go to quarantine. Quarantine is where all the stuff that gets eaten goes. So, say for instance, your script works for like 2 seconds, and you press it and nothing happens. This is probably what is likely to happen. You just go over here, restore and add exception. I'm pretty sure this is common for pretty much any other antivirus software that might look at AutoHotkey as a malicious program. It's not. So once you do that, you restore it, you run the script again, and it should be working for you perfectly fine. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this has helped you understand how to just a general intro into AutoHotkey. I've used the script for probably about 2 weeks now. It's been great. If you have any questions, let me know. I am not an expert with AutoHotkey, but I will do my best to help you, and hopefully you will now enjoy the classes that are a little bit more in depth, a little bit harder, and you won't have arthritis playing them.